Let's get your invoices all set up. You'll begin here in Workspace settings and then Preferences, then Invoices. Here is where you can set up invoice reminder emails. You can disable them altogether, or you can set the cadence that you want to make sure you send them. You'll also be able to create default email templates. So in your Workspace settings, you have these templates, and you can create email templates that you send for each of these areas in your invoicing. So when you send a new invoice, you can choose an invoice template for payment confirmation that a due date is approaching and when something is past due. You can also set up payment instructions here. So if you have a way you prefer to be paid, you can set that up here, and it will save across the board for all of your clients. You're able to edit that within each individual invoice, but this will allow you to have a default in case you forget to edit it. You can either choose a summary or detailed version of your line items in your invoice. So if you are using your time tracking, and let's say in your time tracking, you have client, project, task, and you take notes, you can leave those for yourself and use the summary line item format, and it will just show your client how long you've been working. Or if you choose detailed, it will show them the project, task, and the notes that you've been working on. So if your client likes really granular information about what you've been working on for them, detailed is the way to go. You can also set up your invoice numbering. Here are lots of options. You can drop down for the format that you would like, or you can do a little bit of code and create a custom format for your invoices. You can set what number you want to start from. You can choose whether or not each client has a unique sequence, or if it just counts up globally across all of your clients. You can reset the number with your fiscal year, and you can choose when that fiscal year begins. We also have tax and compliance settings here as well. These will be default on your invoices, but again, you can always go in and change those. So within your clients, now let's take a look at an invoice. So you can also make changes to the invoice numbering scheme within an invoice. And you can also just click to edit anything within your invoice as well. Here you'll see you can add any notes. Here are those universal payment instructions, but I can also change those if I would like to. And you'll also want to set up your payment terms. That will happen in your clients, that you'll set up the payment terms in your contract, and it will carry over to your invoices. But you'll want to set up your payment terms with late payment fees in your agreement. So when you do create an agreement with Moxie, you'll be able to, let's make this one a draft again. Let me find one that I can show you. In your agreement, in the contract terms, you'll want to include, here are my payment terms and here's the late payment fee. And now that is going to carry over to the project that you work on with this client per this contract. You can also allow to pass the credit card fees on to your client. So you'll set up all of this information, and then our contract terms will reflect that in legal language. You're also able to set up this legal language for yourself if that is your jam. You can always convert the terms to editable text as well. But if it's not, we have taken care of some of the other pieces for you that you might want to set up. And that's getting your payment terms so that everything is fair. You want to make sure you have things in writing when it comes to your invoices and how you are going to get paid. And so let's get your account all set up so then when you send agreements and invoices, it reflects the way that you'd actually like to get paid.